subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
Because I've heard people come in, and some of the, we got to understand there's some sock puppets and feds and all of that. So their job is to kind of try to sway public opinion with this case because it is a federal case. But when people hop in, man, why y'all talking about defending Diddy? Diddy had stole Biggie Publishing. Diddy had Tupac killed. Why we care about Diddy? Boy, those are some of the dumbest damn talking points. We can't be socially and politically and judicially goofy and naive. You better understand this is bigger than you hating Diddy. We're talking about the feds. I hate the feds more than I hate Diddy. You should too. You're talking like the feds have been a friend to black society. You got to weigh your options here because what do you dislike Diddy about so much? All right. He got money and he used to floss his money. That's really it. Y'all don't know what the dude was doing with publishing and all that. Y'all don't know. You know? So the thing is, the feds are a bigger problem than that because look, the enemy of my enemy is the system. See, the federal government, they got a long documented history of targeting black men and women, especially the ones with wealth, influence, independence. No matter how you feel about Diddy, man, the feds, when they come in and try to redefine laws just to bring him down, that sets a dangerous precedent, ladies and gentlemen, that will be used on others. You understand? That sets a precedent. So we got to be very careful. Hating on Diddy, that's fine. If you want to hate on him, that's fine. But in this case, we got to watch the precedent that's being set because that's going to be used on all of us. We don't be no cheerleader for no damn feds. Come on now, damn. Let's use common sense. See, just like we should have been stopping this shit when they tried it with R. Kelly. They shouldn't have hit him with no damn RICO, with no Mann Act. That was some bullshit there. And the fact that they got away with it with him, they're like, oh shit, we're gonna use this on everybody. These Mann Act laws, that's been used on black men since the beginning of the law. They started that law in 1910 specifically to go after Jack Johnson because he was running around with them white women. They used the Mann Act, which is the White Slave Trafficking Act. They used it on Jack Johnson. They used it on Chuck Berry. They used it on him. They use it on R. Kelly. They're using that on a lot of black folks. Yeah. So we got to watch that. Who they? What's up, man?
It's who they come to see.
What's going on? Who they come to see?
I appreciate you, bro.
My man. How are you?
Hey, I want to ask you a question. First of all, I totally agree. The shit they doing with R. Kelly and what they doing with
Diddy,
Puff, that's a done deal. You ain't never seen a RICO act with just one person.
Right.
Never. Ever before. This is the precedent. And once they started, it's a done deal.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the danger of it, man. This is why we got to look at the big picture. These people are doing one-man RICOs. So now you think they're going to stop with Diddy and R. Kelly? See, you got to watch when these people are trying to set a damn precedent. That's what we're concerned about. That's what I'm looking at. They're using folks' hate to go along with the bullshit. We don't go along with that. If they can get one-man RICOs on them, what's going to stop them doing that with your ass? You go meet a girl at a club and you go talk to her and y'all kick it and do what you do. And then you give her a couple of dollars for gas money. And then they say, oops, you just trafficked her. You just gave her some money after sex. Oh, that's trafficking. Oh, that's RICO. Oh, that's a federal charge. And ooh, you out here getting women flued out. So if you get somebody flued out, oops, they went across state lines. That's a federal charge. I mean, they're just reinterpreting the damn law. It won't stop. If they can reinterpret the law for this, because it ain't trafficking at all. This was basically some trick shit. They were tricking. They were tricking their money off. There's zero trafficking with this. They were tricking their money off, being freaks and druggies. But they're trying to say this was a RICO, a trafficking case, which it's not. So we got to watch precedents. For ZR,
What's good, brother Tariq? How you
I'm
doing?
good. For how are you, man? And where you from? I hear an accent. Where you from?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm from Somalia, man. We've interacted
Oh,
before.
okay.
Yeah,
So what's on your
yeah.
mind?
Basically, I want to contribute to the discussion, and before I proceed, let's not forget who groomed Diddy. He was actually Diddy was used to be a pretty decent guy. It was Clive Daves who groomed that kid when he was young. So look into that guy. But on the topic that you just touched upon, how come we don't have how come we don't have successful, not successful, but like how come we don't have young, well put together black sister around successful black athletes orbits, right? For instance, when black young males make it to the league, like for instance the NBA, the NHL, the NFL, so on and so forth, all we see is just snow bunnies around these young dudes, right? So could we safely say that that might be pre-planned, or that could be a setup to basically uh, to redirect that money that the league has invested in that particular person back into the white community? Do you see that connection, or no?
Yeah, I
Before I
mean, there's a
proceed.
possibility there. But, they definitely steer those brothers towards the white women, and the white women they start choosing heavy. They start coming on real heavy, and cats got to watch that. Now, a lot of athletes they do have their black wives and their black girlfriends. They do. They still got them. But what you got to understand in how white supremacy works. Again, going back to the Sinners movie, we got to look at people who come in being extra freaky. They come in offering you something, and then they bite you and infect you. Just like in the movie Sinners, the woman who could pass for white, she was offering that real slutty, exotic sex to one of the twins, and ended up she had gotten bitten by the white supremacists, and then she turned into a vampire, then turned him into one because he was trying to smash. She was smashing her. She was offering that freaky sex to him. You see, and that's the thing. That's a very good metaphor. A lot of people in the dominant white society see a lot of these white women or non-black or non-FBA because people try to play this game with Cassie. Cassie is non-FBA, which is damn near psychologically white. I want y'all to understand how race works. Her father's Filipino. Her mother, from what I understand, is some kind of West Indian, Caribbean, something. So she's non-FBA. So with that mix, that woman's probably classifying herself as white somewhere. Don't let the little melanin fool you. See, we get fooled by some people with melanin. You don't know what's in their brain, well, how they look at themselves. They look at themselves as like Caucasians. They look at themselves as dark Caucasians. So you got to know what you're dealing with. And the white community, they know how to use them to their advantage. They won't fully accept them into whiteness, but they know how to use them strategically to their advantage. So they'll get these white or white adjacent people around black folks, and these white women and white adjacent women, they come around doing the freakiest thing. They bring all that freakishness, that weird exotic sex with all of this extra stuff with it. And once they get older and the relationship is over, or whatever, and it's a black man, they could say, well, damn it, he made me do it. They used the black man as the get out of jail free card. That was some street shit too. Back in the street days, I would see the white women come around the hustlers, and they would be down. They would be the white women be rah rah as hell. They'd be down to rob banks, rob stores, steal this, do that. They'd be down to do all types of stuff because all they had to do is say, "Well, damn it, if I get caught, The Negro made me do it. That's their get out of jail free card. That's why the white women can be more bolder. That has always been their thing. That's what remember the movie Malcolm X? Look at Malcolm X. Him and Shorty was messing around with the white women. That's what Malcolm went to jail for. He had to hit licks with them white women. Yeah, hit licks with them white women, and basically they went to court, and the whole narrative was basically the white women got off, and they made the white women do all that stuff. And in the movie, if y'all remember, the white woman squared up and married a white man. I think she squared up and married a white man. That's what they all do. They do all this freaky rah rah shit with the brothers. When shit gets hot, they can just say, "Oops, he made me do it. I'm a white person now. I don't want to bang no more." Just like that first 48 episode. I'm a white boy. I'm not a gang member anymore. I'm white, just like you and me. That's what they pull. They always know they got that card to play. That's why they love coming around us with the rah rah shit. We are their get out of jail free card. They can always flip it on us. I call that Patty Hearstism. Remember Patty Hearst is a rich white woman from the Hearst family, a huge big money family. So she said she had got kidnapped by the Symbionese, some kind of semi-black militant organization, and basically they had her out there robbing banks. And her whole narrative when she got caught, because they were giving food to the free food program. I think they were kind of clicked in with the Black Panthers and all of that stuff. So basically, when they got caught, the whole thing was, well, they brainwashed her. She was brainwashed. They brainwashed her and made her rob them banks. Yeah, they always do that. They always say if any white person committing a crime or doing something degenerate, they find a black person and say, "Oops, well, she's doing it or he's doing it because he's with that or she's with that black person." That black person encouraged her. In fact, the black person brainwashed her, or the black person drugged her. That's a good one. They love going to the where they got drugged by the Negroes. The Negroes then gave them some drugs and turned them out. That's an old trope. That's why they didn't like jazz, because the jazz singers smoke weed, and the white women are gonna smoke that weed, and then they're gonna want to have sex with black men who's playing jazz. They want to stick a saxophone somewhere else. So they've always had that we're gonna drug black men, got to drug the white women, and these white women know that that's their get out of jail free card too. If they want to ever cleanse their ratchet background, all they got to do is say, "Yeah, I was hoeing around, but the black man made me a hoe. He drugged me. I was high. I was high and hoeing." They all do that. They all blame it on the drug, blame it on the alcohol. Kim Kardashian did that with the Ray J tape. She was talking about how high she was in the Ray J tape. Go back and listen to some of the interviews. She was talking about how high she was. You see? Watch that. All the women, how about they got drugged by Bill Cosby, which is cap. He drugged them over and over again. They got drugged and raped and then went back for some more drugging and raping. Yeah? Come on now. Let's get Miss Freedom. Let's get Freedom in the building. Miss Freedom. Hello, Miss Freedom. How are you?
Thank you for always allowing me to step into your huge room.
Yep. Yes, indeed.
I mean, you really, I mean, you're so consistent. You always have like a huge amount of people. And I mean, anyway,
Every day. Every day. Oh yeah. This is
every day.
yes.
It's very
Yes,
impressive.
indeed.
Tariq, respectfully, okay? And I say that again, respectfully. I can't believe out of all people you would defend Sean Combs
Mm-hmm.
after he beat the shit out of his girlfriend
Right.
video.
Yes.
Okay. And, you know,
And slow
he
down.
used,
This isn't.
wait a minute, hold on.
Oh,
Wait, let me,
oh,
you
okay.
just please,
Well,
I know you're going to run in and I know you're going to run it. but I know they're saying racketeering and conspiracy that he would have, but he abused and threatened and coerced
Okay,
women.
but that's not trafficking. He didn't traffic her.
Or he did.
Huh?
They both are multimillionaires, and they thought they could get away with it, and they didn't, and they couldn't.
Couldn't get away with what?
With what they did.
What'd they do? What, freak each other to death? What do they do? They're just freaky to each other. That's not trafficking.
Well,
Who got trafficked? Who was trafficked?
Sean Combs abused and threatened and coerced
This isn't
women.
an abuse case, ma'am. This isn't and if this were a domestic violence case, well, hold on, slow down, dear. If this were a domestic violence case, I'd be like, oh yeah, he's guilty. Shit. This isn't a domestic violence case. So that's
no, you're right.
Right.
You're
I'm just talking the
right.
law, dear. This is the law. I'm just talking law.
No, you're right.
Right.
He's facing charges for racketeering, sex trafficking, and I don't know, transportation to engage in prostitution.
Right. Now, who was trafficked?
Whatever the hell that means.
That's what I'm saying. None of that makes sense. That's why I'm against that. Because if they can sit there and lie, they'll lie on anybody. So it's not about defending Diddy, it's about defending the law. I don't want them to reinterpret the law any way they feel like it and say that a person having freaky sex is trafficking, because it's not. So I'm more concerned about the precedent being set. I don't care about all that freaky shit that they were doing. Hey, they were consensually doing freaky shit. But to say it was trafficking, that's a dangerous precedent. I can't co-sign that, right?
Well, I jumped in too fast. You have a point. I hear you.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm always fair. But why would they arrest someone like Sean Combs for sex trafficking if they didn't have anything on him?
They don't, because they know this is why they were going to take him down. The name of the game is to take him down. This is customary and systematic white supremacy. They do this with every wealthy black person, damn near.
And white people too. And white people.
Not really. They didn't do it to Hugh Hefner, and he was.
How about all of Hollywood? That guy, what's that fat? That the producer,
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah,
they got him because he was a semi-white sacrifice. He's Jewish, so they had no problem getting him. Yeah, he was a Jewish sacrifice. So yeah, they had no problem getting him. So yeah, his shit was way more egregious. You had him on tape doing little weird, creepy shit. So, but that's what it is. But thank you so much, Freedom. I appreciate you, dude.
Listen, thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, this is not an abuse case. He wasn't charged with abuse. See, that's why they keep running that video of him kicking on Cassie and all of that, so people can make a false association. No, this case isn't about domestic violence. It's not. It's not a domestic violence case. You know, that would have been a simple thing. Domestic violence, charge him with that. I have no problem with them charging him with domestic violence. Because, you know, you charge them with that, you get do probation, or you get a month, you pay a fine, you know, you do an applicable sentence. You do whatever that is. But racketeering and this trafficking shit, now we're talking about football numbers. You're talking about putting somebody in jail for damn near life for the rest of their lives. So that's something different. And I ain't co-signing that. I'm not co-signing that. Let's get Tupac, America for Sale. Let's get America for Sale, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, America for Sale?
What's up, black man?
My brother, how are you?
Another day in white America, man.
Yes, indeed.
Hell yeah. Look, another thing that we forgot, right? Or most don't know that, Harvey Weinstein was his charges was dropped when they raided Puffy house. So while they had Black America distracted with raiding Puffy house, they was releasing him from the back door. Just pull that up.
Oh yeah. Some of them charges were dropped. Yes, they were.
Hell yeah. And then if that was for anybody else, if I'm serving a sentence, it takes at least 3 to 5 years to get an appeal. They don't even do that. They just completely we're going to just drop his charges while he already serving a bit.
Yeah.
It's their system, man. It's time to get the away from these devils.
Yeah, my man. All right, Pac, thank you so much, brother. All right. Let's get a couple of more in here. Shout out to everybody in here. We're in here heavy, like we always are. And yeah, by the way, while I'm talking, y'all get that book, Hidden Heroes from A to Z. Like that sister said, it's a great book, Hidden Heroes from A to Z. You get that at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Hiddenhistorymuseum.com, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's get let me see, raise those hands. Raise those hands, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get York in the building. Let's get York. York in the building. Let's get York. York, or then we'll get Brother Sims.
Hey, family.
What's up, York?
Hey, Tariq, what do you think about they got Chris Brown now? I heard also. This stuff can't be no coincidence.
Yeah, I talked about
Uh,
that earlier. How they got Chris, they got Chris Brown up there in the UK. He landed out there, and then they arrested him immediately, talking about some incident that happened in 2023, years ago. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Brother Sims, hop on.
Hey, how y'all
I'm
doing?
good, brother. How are you?
All right. I just wanted to, just real quick, y'all ever notice how folks like Hugh Hefner is put in like a great light, but if you look and look who started that type of degeneracy from the
Oh
beginning.
yeah.
But when it comes to us, of course, we always look like we're overly sexualized and things of that nature. Just look at kind of how they try and portray us versus their martyrs. So I just wanted to let y'all know stuff like that that's going on as
Oh
well.
yeah, yeah. I mentioned that before. The Hugh Hefners and people like that, they don't criminalize him. He was doing the same shit times 10. He was been doing that for decades. And he's still an icon out here. The Playboy Mansion and all that. You see, that's why I don't like that racial double standard. I don't co-sign that. I don't co-sign that whatsoever. All right. Let me get up out of here, family. Let me get up out of here because like I said, I don't want to be on too late. And I got stuff to do. So everybody go to microphonecheck.com to get the film Microphone Check. Go to rootworkstyle.com to get the Rootwork deodorant, rootworkstyle.com, and go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Make a contribution.
I need some more work, baby, tonight. Ooh, I need some more work on me tonight. Ooh, I need some more work, baby, tonight. I need some more work on me tonight. Yeah, yeah. I need some more work on me tonight. Ooh, I need some more work, baby, tonight. I need some more work on me tonight.